Welcome to Get Cookin'. All right, let's do another take. Cooking. I'm looking because there's something cooking out there with my cat. I think he's chasing frogs, and I think the frog hopped into the pond, which is good news. It's been raining a lot here. Well, it is the monsoon, so the whole back is taken over by these big frogs, little frogs. I mean, there are a lot of frogs right now. We do not eat frogs. There will not be a recipe with frogs. Isn't that good to know? Même que je parle français, on va pas faire. What do you call those things? I was about to impress you with my French, and I cuisse de canard. I was about to say cuisse de canard. A canard is a duck. Cuisse de grenouille? Oh gosh, something like that. Well, you can tell me. What are we making today? Well, I came down here not sure. I do know that I do want to make some ice cream preparation, but that's not what this video is about. We are going to make some tortillas. Yum. Some homemade tortillas to be used in burritos or whatever kind of Mexican thing you want to do, or falafels. They taste real good as wraps. I really don't like the store-bought wraps. I know they're super convenient, and I know they stay gooey and they taste good, but there is nothing like a fresh-made tortilla. I am not making it with corn flour. I will be making a burrito-style tortilla, which is made with regular flour. I will be using, actually there's probably not enough because I need 3 cups. Maybe there's enough. I'm using bread flour because that's what they have here, and we find that it really makes nice bread, and so it'll make nice tortillas too. All right, so I'm going to measure 3 cups of flour into my big and favorite. I love these things. I think I've said it before. Luckily, one was left here, only one. They probably had way more than one. One was left here in the restaurant because I never use these metal things, big bowls, but I really like them. Don't ask me why, but I just do. So I'm putting in 3, oh, and there is enough. In fact, that was exactly 3 cups. Bing, 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 bing. I won. This is fun. I haven't been back, really. I came back from Switzerland a few weeks ago. It's been weeks now, but I haven't quite gotten into the groove. We will be taking off in a month. My husband and I will be going to South Africa, Cape Town, finally. For our long overdue, I'm calling it our honeymoon too, man. Well, we never really had a honeymoon one. It just lasted very briefly. Well, I guess I can tell you quickly why. And that is, well, you know what? I'll wait for him. It'll be better. I'll tell him to come down and help with the story because my memory of things, it's getting pretty funny, which isn't funny, but it is funny. If you see me sipping something, I love these things. There are advantages of living in tropical climates, and there are disadvantages, like everything. Okay, we got our 3 cups of flour. I'm going to add to it 1 teaspoon of salt. 1 teaspoon of baking powder. This is such a simple recipe, and it works only every time. It's never failed me. And, you know, like about a tablespoon or 2, I just put a dribble of olive oil. Dribble. There we go. You can put a tablespoon. You don't have to worry. Now let me go fetch 1 cup lukewarm water, but here the water never gets real cold, so I don't have to worry about that either. Let me go get some water. I hear my husband coming down the stairs. So it's perfect timing because he can tell you the story. Hold on, I'm going to even pause it. So Mr. Cote has joined us. As you saw, you can put about 1/3 a cup. You know, with the oils, up to you how much you want to put in. I just put a sprinkle, and I've got my water. I am going to, he loves lights. I am pouring my 1 cup of water. I'm going to mix, and Kuz is going to tell you about our first honeymoon. What happened at our first honeymoon?
It was very nice.
We got to, our plan was to go, this is the plan. I remember the plan.
It wasn't a honeymoon though.
The plan, yeah, that was a problem. It wasn't a honeymoon. So the plan was to go to East London, which in South Africa, of course, which we did go to. We rented an Airbnb. My kids were there, and we had. I mean, it's a beautiful place. I really liked East London because of the beaches. They were these wild, beautiful beaches, and we've got a few pictures. Maybe we can put a picture up, right?
Winterstrand.
Oh, so nice.
Kanubi.
And you know what? There were no people. What was the month we were there? March. We got married March. See, I remembered that. Thank goodness.
Almost winter.
Because it was March 19th, because my birthday is on the 16th. So I put the 6th up. Was it March 19th? No. When did we get married?
First.
Yeah, 1st March. March 19th is my daughter's birthday. Okay, 1st of March. So that was the plan, was to go there. And then after my kids were taking off, my friend was taking off, and we would then travel what's the famous garden route all the way south to Cape Town. That was the plan.
Yeah, right next to the Indian Ocean. That was the idea.
That was the plan. But as we were in East London, and I can tell you exactly where we were at the Windmill restaurant. Is that the one with the hamburgers?
Yes.
Yes.
Windmill is really, really good.
Windmill,
I even
right?
have vegan these days. They're really fantastic. I
Probably.
once went there with a body we found on the railway tracks, cut in several pieces, and a surfer at the back with a body.
And a surfer at the back with the body? That made no sense. The surfer was dead too?
Yes, it's like for mock vehicles. So there's in the back you have a body, and we have a surfer in who was hitchhiking. And since we decided that he should not be hitchhiking that time of the night, it's dangerous, we loaded him in the back.
With the dead body that was cut into lots of pieces.
Yes.
This is my husband's normal stories. I mean, this is normal for him. I'm warning you, this is normal.
And so
It's been 6 or 7 years, and I still get, I don't know what the word is by it. All right, go ahead. That had nothing to do with the story.
well, that's what happened at Windmill. And so we ate our cheeseburgers, and then we went to fetch another body. And so we loaded him and the bodies, and we went to the morgue. It was busy that night, Friday night. And so would you believe this guy had no sense of gratefulness towards us? He was sitting there. We reversed the vehicle back. We opened the doors to get the bodies out. Actually forgot about him, and he was sitting holding one body like this, and the other body like this, and with his feet he was holding his surfboard.
Okay, if by any chance, sir, cool surfer dude, which I would probably really like you, if you're hearing this by some miracle, you contact us, and we give you a few free nights here.
Oh, you'll never want to see me again. So anyway, so as we get out, he started using most abusive language. So we arrested him for that too. And then we cut his hair off. He looked like me.
See, he is so conservative. There, that thing happened with maybe I'm going to get some kind of weird disease here, because sometimes when I'm speaking, it's like, anyway, like in molasses.
So anyway, that's the story.
He's so super conservative. What the heck is he doing with me? I don't get it. I don't get it. Do you get it?
No, but opposites attract. I mean,
would I ever do that? And we're talking, my son is a surfer. with long hair, and I'm going to put a picture here because he's a handsome, gorgeous surfer. My daughter is also a surfer. So this is getting me angry.
When I first saw her, actually, she was surfing in Spain with the rest of it.
Oh, there you go. But I'm not a
I
surfer.
have a picture
I
of
wish
it.
I wish I was a surfer.
No, I was a paddle skier.
I'm a paddle boarder because I'm a boogie boarder because that's about as far as I get. I've gotten up like half a time. Anyway, I was getting angry, so I was, and I added a bit more water because it was too dry. You have to do this by feel. So I'm just getting it together. So we were at Windmill. We're going back to the story, which is taking way different turns. The Windmill did have very good hamburgers. We were sitting there and he was just being miserable and he was like on his phone. And this is supposed to be happy times. And I was just like, oh my goodness, he really was having a little bit of what was it? I don't know what you were having, but he was not in a good mood. I'm taking it off of here. I'm putting it on my cutting board and just massaging it just a bit, just to get it in. Then I'm going to let it sit. So he was in a really foul mood, and he didn't tell me right away.
Because I couldn't believe my damn eyes. Yeah, I've married Heres, and then I find out we're not married.
Yeah.
And being as conservative as I am, we've done very much things which you only do after marriage.
Oh God! And he was so proud that he could organize things. He's just like,
I did organize it. I organized that marriage within 2 hours. It was that quick.
But it wasn't legal.
No, it wasn't legal.
Not because we had the proper legal person to marry us. It didn't matter the place, that was checked. But what we didn't know, and not even the guy who married us knew that.
Nobody knew that.
Nobody knew, because I'm a foreign heiress, as he says, is that when you're marrying a foreigner, you need to go and have an interview and be approved. I had to be approved so that I wasn't trying to steal.
By the government, nonetheless, which they call an immigration officer. We did tell the story in another one. Why are we?
Did we?
Yes, but I'll continue. So,
see, that's my memory.
So
I don't think we told it this
Yeah,
detail.
we did. So my advice here is don't ever marry a foreigner in South Africa, because you need to see the immigration officer
You did say that now.
3 months before you actually get married. They will decide whether you're actually a couple or not. I had to get a damn letter from my mom, who was about 80 years old at that stage, to say that she actually knows about this relationship between her youngest son and this.
So we had to cut our trip short, and we never got to Cape Town because we had to haul butt back.
Well, we had to organize now this, because he says to me, look here, I'm not marrying you again. So this is either sorted out or not.
I'm not going away, coming back, organizing it again. No, I'm not. Just not doing
the
it.
South African Home Affairs is known as hell affairs for a bloody reason. It has fallen completely in disarray. It is beyond the F word. You stand in queues there forever. You don't get any service. You have to bribe people to even get whatever you want.
There was horrible.
They are just pathetic. There's no other word. It fell completely. Since '94, there's no service. Well, all there is now is, what do you call it, bangshin or what?
Bakshish.
Bakshish.
You pay people off.
You just pay somebody and you get what you need.
But it's not that easy to do either, because they kept telling us, no, we don't do this. Oh, go to that one.
Yeah.
I don't know how many we went to.
So we went to many, many different, because we need that help. And of course, you don't get help there because they want to be bribed. I don't pay bribes. And so we ended up and we met this wonderful guy called Masamole. And I said to him, look here, you can see this is actually a relationship. So he says yes, but even he was playing hardball. And I said to him, look, I will write a book with your name on it if you just help us out here. And so he did, and I wrote the book.
We had an interview with him separately. I remember, because while he was in there, I was walking around that place, which it was a really strange place in a way. Something with diamonds, wasn't it? The diamond?
Cullinan. It was close to Cullinan.
Yeah, close to the diamond
where the
place.
Cullinan diamond comes from. This wasn't actually in Cullinan. Doesn't matter where it was.
But it was a small
place, just outside Pretoria. Because I said to her, look, we're not going to get help in the
Yeah.
big places in Pretoria or
which was,
Johannesburg. And anyway, make a long story short, we couldn't do the trip then from East London down with a road to Cape Town. Nobody wants to be in Cape Town, to be honest. It's a horrible place.
everybody loves Cape Town. He's the only one that ever says that.
Yeah, I don't like Cape Town. It's horrible. Don't go there. But anyway, the road itself is very good as long as you stay on the road. Because if you in South Africa these days go off the road 10 centimeters, you can engage four-wheel drive. There is no more roads. There's the highways. Looks like fairly well kept. But anyway, I was telling her about this. We couldn't do it, and then came, a Fiat illness, which we can't mention the name, which locked us up in our place, and we were stuck in Switzerland. And then we came here. She's never been back since 2019. Nope. So now it's organized.
This is my third trip back. This is my third trip there, or whatever.
First to get engaged, second to get married and almost not. What is going to be the third one?
Yes, so the third one is just for fun. But now, what am I looking for here? Oh, it's so annoying when you can't find something because it's all the way in the back of the drawer. I'm looking for this because if you look down here, I made this thing look like a slug. It does look like a slug. And I'm just going to cut it so that I can make little balls.
What are you making?
I'm making some tortilla, some for burrito. I've got that leftover jackfruit mix, and I thought, I felt like having some fresh. Okay, I made this. These are going to be big ones. You can make them whatever size you want, but you can make this mix in a mixing machine. I did it by hand. And if you look over on this side quickly, just show them, there is my little bit of flour. Yeah, we can put that away. My coconut has to stay there, sorry. So I'm just going to put it on the flour and cover it with this nice tea towel and let it rest only for about 15 minutes. So you don't have to plan a lot in advance. This is a quickie. These are going to be some nice sized burritos. And what do I got? 2, 4, only 6 of them. But that's okay. Okay. So
well, anyway.
Leaving these
to
rise. Wait, I'm just going to cover them up. See? They're covered now. Okay. Now you can talk again while I sit my...
So we decided we'll be going to South Africa again. I will be there for 2 months. We will be in Cape Town. If everything works out, I have to record a submarine for the other channel. We're looking forward to that. Now a museum ship. And
but we will be seeing whales too.
Yeah, that's not in Cape Town. That's in Hermanus. That's on the garden.
And we will be going to bird parks. And we will be going to bird parks.
Yes, there's a bird sanctuary actually, which is because of the other channel. There's a lot of people who actually want to convince me that Cape Town is not that horrible.
Well, I think nowadays in South Africa, and this isn't a joke, if we were to live there, we'd have to live not maybe in Cape Town, but along that garden route that we're going to go traveling, because the other places evidently.
Yeah, it's the only province in Cape Town in South Africa which I say is still run efficiently, and you do see it. I'll tell you what, I will. But that's what we can do is as we travel along, we can make a few food videos.
Figure out, because that's a country where eating vegan is not easy. So we're going to probably come up with some pretty cool twists. We are staying at Airbnbs.
With kitchens.
Even last time, and we weren't vegan when I was there last time, but we went to Airbnbs. They were wonderful. And what we would do, remember we had that big, was it an ice chest?
Yes.
We had a big ice chest. All I know is whenever we go to Airbnb, it was like we were moving in. We had like a box of dry food and an ice chest because we just made food. I mean, I personally don't look forward to the restaurants in South Africa. From my experience, I was so shocked because we went traveling anyhow quite a bit. It's all these chain restaurants. It's all the same. There's no, I never ate in a mom and pop restaurant, Coos. Never happened.
They don't really exist anymore.
See?
That's not by chance, by the way. That's across the world. Just have a look around your neighborhood.
It's horrible.
You don't see the mom and pop shops anymore. You see
Please
chains.
support your
corporate.
mom and pop restaurant. Those are real people working really hard and mostly making really good food if they survived. I mean, luckily in America we still have that, but now unfortunately I know the complaint for a lot of restaurant owners is that they're forced to use certain products. They have to buy certain products. I know it's true in Switzerland. Because they have to pass these inspections, so you get all the crappy, like most restaurants in Switzerland will use the soups like in a powder form and they just add something. So, yeah. So anyway, but if you find somewhere that's just making real food nowadays, support it.
The good thing about the Airbnbs in South Africa is there's no IKEA.
Yeah.
So they really have to come up with their own ideas of what to do, and they do an excellent job.
Yeah,
Very kind people. Nice.
The people that we picked, which they weren't expensive,
No.
the taste was really excellent taste. And even with Kuz's friends, what I've seen is they have a very good sense of style, and that's enjoyable without IKEA, because you know how it is otherwise. Even here, we got IKEA here. You come to our guest house, you'll have an IKEA comforter that you might have at home because that's what we bought, because they're bright, they're cheerful.
They're assured, you know what you get.
That's it.
Yeah, so we can do that. Look, the first thing we arrive on the 13th of next month, November, which is a month from now.
Yeah, 1 month.
On the 14th, she will go and have her hair done with my friend Anita, who said she might even do it herself. She's strange. And then they will go and get us an air fryer and
I thought you already had one there. Oh, you gave it away?
But I gave it to Rina.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's
and
fine.
I had the juicer too, and that Anita took.
Okay.
Can't bring it back, so we have to buy it when we're there, but this time I'll lock it in a
Yeah,
cupboard.
he likes his air fryer.
Yeah, because you don't really have air fryers. You've got everything else in the Airbnbs. Normally
Yeah, air
microwave,
fryers are
which
great.
she doesn't like.
What do I not like?
Microwave.
Yeah, I don't like microwaves. I've never used microwaves. We don't have a microwave here. I've never owned a microwave apart from in college.
She's gonna have to own 2 of them because the upstairs kitchens.
Okay, yeah, but
We'll
it's not
have-
me. I'm not
that's
having
not
them.
you.
I don't even want them in our restaurant. Yeah, you can go. I'm letting these sit for 15 minutes, but I've got to go grab that jerky and get what I want to put in it. I'm not going to, I'll show you the result of that, but that's some jackfruit that I made up the other day that came out kind of but I'm just going to add some more mushrooms and put it in the oven. So it's not really
And
a
spices.
recipe. And those spices that you like, where's those spices that
have
you
to
like?
make it.
He's got the recipe somewhere for the spices he likes.
Yes.
Did I already mention that we found a rat?
Where?
I did mention it in the last cooking. Because I don't know what was used.
Yeah, you said there were smells. You didn't say
I don't think we, yeah. Huh. It
Okay.
cut out. So
Yes.
I'm running up to get the jackfruit and he's gonna take over.
Yeah, that's what happened when you get, what's the word, Portuguese, you start to... Anyway. Olive oil.
I wonder if you can hear me if I speak out here. I'm now in the back. I wonder if it records. Okay, I'll
Yes,
turn
it
it
can
off.
record you. Don't go to the toilet.
Because then
with it.
I can't hear him, but I can say, don't say that. Okay, I'm turning it off.
The people wouldn't believe I was still an attorney. And I was invited to give a lecture on contracts. And of course, you're speaking to people who are business people, so they know something about contracts. And the rule number 1 about contracts is you never bloody well sign a thing unless you understand what stands in it. And you will notice with your banks that all the shysters do it. They make the font so small that you can't read it. And then they start using Latin and all sorts of things that they cannot even explain to you. And that's when you know you deal with a shyster. And then if you get to the top law firms, they get really paid by every word. So they will give you a contract of 150 to 300 pages long, and through the years they change it here, change it there, and then of course it's a bloody nightmare. I never write contracts more than 20 pages. I'm good at it. But anyway, besides that now, let us do the sauce. What I've done here is, I'll show you. We've put all of these things together. It's actually quite nice, it's quite thick. This is the actual sauce we use on the mushrooms. And I'll just bring them in here. What I wanted to say about the contracts is, as I was giving the lecture, I had to call off nature, so I had to go to the toilet. And I forgot I had the mic on, and so I was sitting there, and of course everybody clapped hands when I walked back into the hall. Thank God I didn't say anything rude or whatever, but there was a few grunts, you know, it's things you do on the toilet. You don't know that story, do you?
No, I'll hear it in the playback, I'm sure, and but I can already make the face. There.
That was actually said to help people, you know.
Oh.
You know, a funny thing
I
about
have no
history.
idea what he said, but I already knew that.
About history is, if you hear a story, you remember. But if you have to read like a PowerPoint presentation, you don't. And that's what we call the African way of teaching. And that's where you see the guy sit next to the tree, and he's explaining life to everybody else, and he throws in a story or two, and that's how you remember
like
it.
the Aborigines, everything. I
Yeah,
mean,
everybody.
everything is told in song.
I'm not from Australia, so.
No, I'm just saying that all around. So doesn't that look lovely? That does look lovely.
Yeah, really, surely.
Your spices look very good.
They smell very good. Thank
And
you
this
very
is
much.
the jackfruit that I made the other day, which looks spicy, but actually it wasn't spicy. But what's nice is then we've got some pepper added to that. So yeah, this is going to be our mixture that we're going to add into our lovely tortillas. All right, I am going to fry that up and then pop it in the oven. That's my plan.
I don't know that pan. Did you buy it new?
No, this is the one that you can pop in the oven. It's iron. What is that called? What are these iron pans called? Iron pans?
Pot iron.
What are they called?
Pot iron. But I think
iron?
you people talk about the Dutch oven, same.
No, and there's another name that I can't remember right now that we call it. People love these pans because they do last forever, but I have not been very lucky with them. You have to treat them with oil and do this process, and I don't know. I have not been lucky with these pans. I haven't figured them out yet. But what is nice is you can just pop it in the oven, and then you can put it on top of your stove after and forget that it was in the oven and burn the hell out of your hands. That you can do. That's the danger of these things if you're not used to. Okay, well, I am going to let that grill up a bit. I'll show you when I'm going to pop it in the oven, and then I'll show you also making some tortillas.
Okay, so I took my microphone off to do the washing in the background. Rebecca wants to tell a story about the dead rat. We do mention it sort of in another video, and we did make a full video.
I also want to say these little plums, somehow I missed mules today. These little plums are very delicious. Yeah, the dead rat story. You're going to tell it because I'm washing some dishes.
Yeah, in fact there's an entire episode you can watch on that on the other channel, on the one without the building. As it happens is we do have a few kitchens in this place, 5 of them to be exact. And as I said in another video, the problem with that is whatever you're looking for is normally in a different kitchen. And these kitchens are, well, anyway. And so we rebuilt the main kitchen, which was a disaster when we found it. It was really, I don't know how they passed any type of inspection there. It was just horrible. I'll put a few pictures in for you. And then we rebuilt it, and there will be a complete... did you take your mic off?
Yeah.
And you switch it off?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay, because you hear the water there in the background. So anyway, so we rebuilt it completely, and there will be a video on that as well as soon as the thing is operational. But as it happens is we do walk around in the building now and then. You know, open windows, close windows, let the air come through, check around, and we do know that one of our cats, Little Bear, the white and black one, he always patrols around. That seems to be his thing. He's always patrolling around, and that's a good thing, you know, that's good. Because we are rats here, and we are rats, we are snakes, and we are snakes, I run away. And so I smelled something which I said to Rebecca, this is a dead animal, there's something died here. But we started unpacking the place, and then we smelled some cat pee as well. And that turned out to be a bit of a nightmare, because we're talking of a main kitchen, even though it's not in service. So of course we disinfected it, we cleaned it very thoroughly, we got some chaps to help us. And yet the smell was still there, it was still there, and we just could not figure it out. And then these people, the two helping us, they started opening the manholes for the drains, for the water reservoir, which is under the floor. And they started looking around, and guess we found a big dead rat, as big as my hand. It was like this, and it's not a fisherman tail. I have pictures, I'll put it here. And it was totally decomposing, and thank God we put in like a grill, like you would barbecue on, and on top of that grill we put on like a plastic cover. And most of it, 99% of it, decomposing flesh was still on that cover. And so they didn't really go into the water, but somebody freaked out. And so we pumped the entire 4,000 or 5,000 liters out, and then we refilled it, and of course we only use filtered water here. She wants to say something.
Yeah, I really did freak out.
Yeah, it's in the video. It's actually quite funny, because you know what? She grabbed my phone and these very microphones, and she started recording with her finger over the camera. But that's fine too. I think it's a good video if you want to go and look at it.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Besides that, we haven't really found any dead animals or anything here. I mean, I'm not talking about a cockroach, which is really, it's part of life in the tropics, man. You can't really escape it.
So how he got in there, that was pretty incredible too, was there was a pipe leading for an overflow pipe, and he came through that pipe.
Which is under the ground. I mean, it was closed, the cover was closed.
I don't know why he didn't turn around and run back down the pipe.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel sorry for the rat, she doesn't. But
yeah, Koos felt very sorry.
No, I don't like taking life.
No.
Unless, of course, it's a silver duke with long hair.
Yeah, there you go. No, I mean, I wasn't happy, but I just had no real sorrow for the rat. I mean.
So, well, anyway, we cleaned up, and I can tell you now it smells very nice in there.
Yes.
But we're still opening everything, and we're making sure there's nothing, and that's, yeah, why it couldn't escape from there, I don't know.
No,
because there were no, anyway, that pipe is now blocked. It's impossible to happen again.
Yeah. But if it overflows, then we're screwed.
Well, then it overflows. So what? We've got our, it doesn't matter, it's on the ground floor. It is a fantastic design, actually. You can wash the floor out, and the water just goes into these, looks like an open gutter, and it just flows out. So even if it overflows for some reason, we'll find out soon enough.
Yeah,
we have cameras there.
That's true.
And Rebecca will tell you, whenever I wake up in the middle of the night to go to the toilet, I check all the videos.
Yeah, he's got that in him. I wouldn't check anything, and I wouldn't lock doors, but.
Yes, you see now that.
Okay, this back here is ready to go in the oven.
Okay, wait, let me show the people.
It looks gorgeous. I mean, there's no real.
Yeah.
I just know that it was cooked up and the oven's hot, so I'm going to pop it in the oven, leave it there, and I'm going to use the stovetop to make my. Well, this isn't hot yet, so I can still touch it, but coming out of the oven.
And I assure you, it smells very nice, not like a dead rat at all.
No.
And she's put it into the oven now.
Good.
And so I'll put the camera back here.
Yeah, we're going to make
I can see there's going to be a lot of editing here for me again, but
Why?
I like editing.
Why? I think we're doing pretty good. I didn't
Yes.
get something, I didn't sneeze, I didn't cough.
You know what's funny? After I edit it, we put it on a big screen TV,
Yeah.
and then we laugh at ourselves.
Yeah, we do. I wouldn't think that it would be fun to look, but I
This
do
thing
like.
is not connected.
Oh shoot!
Why
I had it
haven't you
turned on.
switched it on? Did you charge it?
I don't know.
Okay.
I thought
You
it
might
was.
have
I thought
not
it,
heard sometimes.
yeah, I
it's
thought it
okay.
was turned on, and I guess it wasn't. I guess I didn't hold it in long enough. Oh well, you were doing most of the talking, so if I was just blah blahing, it was nothing important. But he was saying how we put up these videos and how we check them, and you would think that okay, we did them. He edited it, but I do like to see it because he puts in some funny things when he edits. Usually he puts, and he does a great job, I must say.
Yeah,
So it's-
this is my funny face.
It is too. He's enjoying himself right now.
Yes. Yes, I'm enjoying the videos actually. It's kind of
Yeah.
nice. You know, it really worked. When she was away now for 6 or 7 weeks in Switzerland, I was alone here, and I used our own recipes and our own videos to
Yes,
help myself, and I even sent pictures for her, and I made my own as well.
He did very
Baking
well.
bread
This was
and the ice cream.
This was the most that he's ever cooked for himself. I do really sincerely say that.
Yeah,
And it's because of this. So,
it's because of us. So we're helping people, you know. For us, it's
well, we did have a
it's
little
nice.
bit of a hit with our granola video. We got a
Yes.
little bit of a buzz. Cruz was like, look, look.
170 views. So we've had crochet. Is that how you call it? Crochet.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
This
crochet lady.
Crochet lady, who we don't even know who
We don't know who you are, but you're
who made a
welcome.
comment,
Thank you.
And then after a comment, it just went a little bit. For us, it went wild.
So what you can do is you just spread the word, man. If you know there's somebody somewhere who need assistance with cooking, you know the story I've told you before of my cooking books.
Even say,
So
I mean, it happened. It's like good food that happens to be vegan. Everyone can include a bit more veg in their diet. You know, even if you eat meat or fish or whatever you eat, dairy, you know, you can still have a day where you don't, or a meal that you don't, or something. You know, just good to know. I personally was not interested in cooking, really not, until we became vegan. First of all, because we had to, but second of all, because I really enjoy fruits and vegetables now, and and constantly experimenting, and things come out so good. Your taste change, your taste buds change. They get more sensitive or something. So yeah, this is a burrito here that I'm rolling out, and this one's pretty much good to go. What I forgot to do, well, didn't forget really, is I do have, ooh, this one's getting nice and big. I do need to heat up the iron skillet, which I will take. And no, this thing is heavy, but it's also not going to be big enough, is it? So I might not use the iron skillet, although I love using the iron skillet. But I think I'm going with the frying pan because, oh, wait a minute. Okay, this is not a good, there, that might have to be edited. Pick that thing up.
yeah, I think you should
Look,
take
my
more.
microphone died again.
Yes, do you know why? Because he never charged it. That's why. So she can
It's
have
in the
my
box.
click thing.
The box says it's got 100% on it.
Yeah, don't trust the box.
Sorry. I bet that will have to be edited because this time I was talking and the microphone wasn't working. As I go to try to find other pots and pans. Okay, this is going to be the winner. You know what? If somebody knows why my bottom of my pots get so burnt up on this gas stove, I just don't know why. Because it's really bad. It's really crappy that it gets so. I mean, I grew up with gas stoves, but I don't remember, but I don't think that the bottoms got like that. I don't know. You tell me. I find it very strange that they're so burnt up. All right, well, I'm just gonna make the 6 big tortillas. I have to let that pan heat up quite a little bit. Doesn't matter, I can put this in already. It'll just, the first one always takes longer. Always takes longer, so that's back there in the pan. And you just go and roll out the rest of them. Meanwhile, the other parts in the oven, it is getting a little hot in here now, but I'm not turning on the air con because I didn't. And we'll have that tomato and that lovely avocado that's sitting there, cut up and put it on. And that'll be our meal. It'll be ready in about 15 minutes. All right, I'm gonna turn this, honey, can you turn it off, and I'll show them when it's done. Bye. Okay, so I'm slowly melting here. I don't know if you can see the sweat, but it is getting too hot. But since I didn't turn on the air con, oh yeah. Anyway, oh, hot. Yeah, the heat is on. Okay, why am I turning this back on? Because the first ones always take so long, and I'm really hungry, so I put on my iron one and made the other one a little smaller. But the first ones always take way too long because the thing has to heat up. But that one's coming along nicely. And meanwhile, though, gave me time to roll out all the others. And I've got one last one to roll out, which I'll do over here. My mom just called. She was in Italy, went all the way down to the boot, to the bottom part of Italy, on a tour with a very interesting bus that you can sleep in the bus. It's like kind of like a, I don't know how to explain that, but it's a big bus, and I don't even remember how many people, but quite a few people, and they all get their little sleeping quarters. So she's done these trips a lot. She just called, but I was like, can't talk now, busy, which is true. So I'll call her back after dinner. Okay, meanwhile, back here, we better stay with it. You don't want to burn them. They're very hard to burn. There we go. They should puff up a bit, but because it was sitting on there for so long, it's not puffing up very much. This one, oops, I'm gonna flip over. That's looking very nice. There should be a little bit of brown spots on it. And that's about it. Before putting these next ones on, I can roll them out a little bit more because they tend to shrink up when you leave them. And I'm just gonna pop them here in my, I think that first one's done. Good enough. Let's pop it in here. And we just put on the next one, which is looking like it's going to be this one. Now that one should go much faster. And this one's looking quite nice. Does take a minute. I promise you, the challenge is once the pans get really hot, so you can turn them on, a little bit more before, because once it gets hot, you've got to be running back and forth. You can roll one out, run back, do it, run. It's fun. The other thing, but I didn't use it this time, if you want to make an authentic, but this is more with the corn tortilla because of the size. You have this Mexican press, you put the corn tortilla and then press. I can do it with that, but it's, as you see, the size is quite small. I haven't used it in a while. It's here. All right, I think this second one is done. Number 2 is going in to keep warm. And on it goes. Yeah, it's not going as fast as I would like it to go. This iron, the iron one is really, usually that thing should start to work fast and furious. All right, I'll catch you back in a minute. I'm just going to bring this over here and show you when it starts to get nice and brown. That's how I like it, with those little brown patches on. Yeah, fun. And the last ones, look, I almost burnt it because it was going so fast, as I said. And now I'm going to take out, it's done. I turned off the burner. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's how I love them. I love them like that. These here, this pan, much inferior. I'll tell you that. Best pan for making these are these iron ones by far. Definitely, that was proven here today. And now I'm going to take out with my hot glove, because I did once really burn my hand bad with this pan that's in the oven. I'm going to turn it off and take it out. Ooh-wee, see? Oh man, now I'm triply hot. Yes, baby, does that look good or what? Smoking. Woohoo! There you have it, tonight's dinner. Woo! I will be down later to make some other stuff, but we'll see, because we've always got a ping pong match that we got to do too. We got a ping pong table and we're really enjoying that. So we have a match. I don't know, today just disappeared. Days fly by. Maybe it's because I woke up at like 9 in the morning or 10, because I had woken up at 2 in the morning till 4 or 5 I was up. So then anyway, the day was very quick. Maybe I'll see you back here later, maybe not. Anyway, make some of your own tortillas. You won't regret it. They're just heavenly. They really are nice. Okay, bye. Thank you. So here is the end result. A bit of avocado and tomato. And then I had some lettuce that I washed up today that I forgot about. Always nice, makes it a little crunchy. And then, well, I'm gonna put a jalapeno on. I don't think Coos will, but maybe he likes the jalapeno sauce now. I'm just gonna put the jalapenos. I might regret that. And then I made up a very quick tahini sauce. I mean, normally we should have like a Mexican sauce, but I tell you, it doesn't matter. This stuff is delicious. I can tell you how to make that. I can tell you how to make everything. Here we go. Beautiful, huh? Nice looking. Rolling up. We're gonna try to get it so it doesn't leak out, but it probably will, but we don't care. And there you go. Here we go.
Now where's my sauce?
Everything's got a kick to it. Woo! Good.
Yeah, see, jalapenos.
Didn't need the jalapenos, but it's good.